Hey, hey, good afternoon. Just doing the kind of stuff really quick. This is the first time I've ever fiddled around with a live stream, so bear with me. Also, I apologize for the mess. Um, but yeah, I actually feel like this is better quality than the stuff that I've been kicking out. So, updates. Um, Personal. Uh, just kind of um, trying to speed through some of this. I have my first set of merch for the channel. I got 3 sets of bumper stickers. So I'm gonna get a little closer so you can see just quality of that. It's not too shabby. I've actually got one of each on my own vehicle. Um, this is the second one, Army Brat. This one I'm actually wanting to do some kind of donation where all the proceeds of this style go to something for veterans. I was playing around with the idea of the Gary Sinise Foundation. Um, I do think what would actually be cooler is if um, I was able to like alternate. So like maybe either one design goes directly to one foundation or that particular design every quarter or every month, or some kind of passage of time, it would go to a different foundation. This one I just personally like. I thought it was kind of funny. Um, so yeah, again, maybe asking to be pulled over with that last one. But if anybody else thinks it's funny, you might have the same sick, twisted sense of humor. Um, what else? Aside from merch, I will say I have one public service announcement. um, if you're a little more seasoned, um, around my age, I would highly recommend not doing anything goofy that your body doesn't do on a regular basis. For instance, a while ago, I actually dislocated my kneecap. Um, for those who know me, you know I'm goofy, kind of impulsive. Sorry about that. Um, and so what I was doing was I was reaching for a cup of coffee while at the cafe and planted my left foot, took all the weight off of both of my legs, lifted my right leg to where now all of my weight is pinpointed on my left knee. Again, left leg's planted, all the weight's on that left knee, and as I turn, everything from the knee up is twisting, and all of a sudden I hear a pop, and I just slowly start falling over without the ability for my leg to like get back underneath me. So that said, I have this really bitch and brace on my leg. It's called a leg immobilizer. Goes from like the ankle to the thigh, and it just pretty much it isolates the movement of that leg. So I've been getting well acquainted with crutches. We'll say it probably scares the shit out of our dog here, who's actually in the room with me, but she's unresponsive. She had a lot of stimuli today. We had somebody over to mow the yard because I couldn't. Uh, so I'm sure that that's shocking to her. Um, Aside from that, um, I actually don't know if I can comment on one thing. I was subpoenaed the other day, so again, I don't want to go out of my way and jam stuff up, but all I will say is try not to skirt responsibility. Um, you know, I really don't want to do this. I don't want to go to court, but uh, again, that's peanuts. So, if anybody's interested about that, comment or whatever. Let's see what else is going on here. So I don't know if any of you are my brother and me fans or listeners, but over my right shoulder, so this way, um, that unicorn is actually from her uh, merch shop, Super Soft. I'd actually gotten something for my buddy's birthday, which is actually coming up soon. So Chase, happy birthday! A little early, but still. Um, got him something, and I ended up getting some stuff for me. Plush was included, and I also got a Munch Squad sweater. So staying fly, staying fresh, fresh to death. Um, yeah. So another reason why I am not a continuous streamer is, as you'll see, I have some wounds on me. This is eczema, psoriasis, whatever the docs like to say it is. Um, I've had this all my life. Typically, it's in the bins of where um, appendages meet. Had it really bad on my neck. As you can see, I've got some stuff going on up there. Um, so it's gotten pretty bad, especially after going to the ER with my knee. I think some of the medications that they put me on an IV with just dehydrated me, or they just didn't agree with my biology, whatever. So I'm starting to level out, um, and I'm trying to stay a little more consistent. Um, Wanting to kind of take this seriously. I just find this fascinating. I also have a big mouth, and I like sharing my opinions. As again, anyone who knows me knows this. Um, so within an instant, and this is kind of random, and I'm going to be jumping all over the place. Been cooped up for a while, immobile, uh, taking a break off of work, and um, just kind of doing a tracheotomy to my brain. And again, just seeing if this resonates with anybody. If Yeah, um, geez. Got an easel right over here. Need to put that to use. Thinking about doing which actually kind of leads me into the next thing I want to mention is the thumbnail that I use, the white bunny. So I took that image when I was living in California. This was back when I lived in Mountain View in Los Altos, California. Um, I was at a cafe. Not going to give this big giant any kind of props. I was working for him. I was on break, and the odd thing was is it wasn't Easter time, so I thought it was kind of odd seeing that bunny suit just kind of like strolling in. And the area that we lived in was not that was not the norm for that area. It's very posh, proper, I guess is a way to label it. Um, so I had to take a picture, like all of the faces in there, all the reactions. Like I don't think the person in the bunny suit knew anybody. Um, and so just throughout the years of having that on hand and like never really deleting it, I just thought it was uh, a good opportunity to put that to use. Um, I think it's funny. I think it's random. Uh, just kind of gets a reaction. Um, I have theorized that they might have been a furry, maybe slightly intoxicated, and especially if they were, like, had to have been hot, unpleasant in there for them. Um, but again, the story that that came with, or that it brought along with it, um, yeah, was just something else. And I've had a buddy of mine, or a couple of them at least, mention like, "Hey, you should talk about that. Give some context to why you use that." Again, that is not me in the suit. Uh, I took the photo, and again, just got a big kick out of it. Um, what else? Um, what I've got in front of me is some stuff that I've already discussed um, back on my episodes for Tony's picks on charities, as well as Tony's picks on YouTube recommendations, I guess. The other thing I'm trying to do is also figure out shipping. So again, just this whole entire place is a mess. A little ashamed, but here I am doing the thing. Um, I want to see if there's any features, and what'll suck is if I close anything out. What do you do? Oh, okay. So again, weird. Ah, check. Do a little sound check here. Huh. Well, if I'm not coming in clear, message me in the chat. Uh, it's also really nobody watching right now, and that's all right. Nothing against you. Um, what else? Saw the bumper stickers. Again, currently I'm trying to set up a stamps. There's been this really weird loop error message that I've been too lazy to resolve. So um, I've kind of set up the shop. I have made everything live to my knowledge. So like all of the bumper stickers that you saw that I displayed, those are currently listed and they are purchasable. But I have yet to log in and confirm if anything needs to be sent out. I'll be doing that personally. Um, for rare cases, let's say you ordered something a week ago and it slipped past, I would want to make up for the delay. No promises or guarantees just yet. Again, I don't want to piss anybody off or get their hopes up too high, but um, apologies. I know this is rude, but just me, myself, and I right now. So yeah, Well, with the holidays that I've missed, or at least the I don't know what you call it, acknowledgement. Mother's Day passed. Father's Day is coming up soon, very quickly. I want to give a shout out to all of the parents out there. I was going to make a band joke, but they have not aged gracefully. Um, I've got a lot of people that have been uh, very kind to me, loving to me. I've got my mom, my dad, but then I've also got people that have just looked after me as their own. Um, and some of my closest friends have had their whole entire families bring me in, and to them, I have to give uh, the highest praise. Again, putting me in their position to accept someone that, like, might see me once a weekend for maybe a couple hours, to then house me for uh, a couple of months at least. Um, Having some dude going through your pantry or just kind of chilling around with your family. Uh, Again, that was a big gamble. I've got nothing for love for them, and they'll always be in my heart. Um, and to everybody that is not within a considerable driving distance, I love you guys. Um, if you see this, I just hope that you can tell the love's there. May not message you all the time, just kind of in my own head. Got a backlog of stuff I want to do, stuff that needs to get done. So just kind of messing around with priorities as well as just staying motivated. And I think motivation's coming a little bit uh, easier right now. One highlight I will say is um, I am almost don't want to give myself too much credit. I actually have to check here now. Uh, since I dislocated my knee, I want to say I'm several days free without nicotine. Um, Nothing wild. I've gone longer without it, but to those who have um, smoked, done chew, or do nicotine pouches, um, and if you've been off for years, like, huge props to you. I know for myself, I can't even trust myself to go into a gas station the first couple of days, especially the first. Um, and if anybody knows what nicotine withdrawals or withdrawals are in general, alcohol, substances, etc., um, I think it ranges from person to person, but I think the most common attributes are slightly more aggressive, temperamental. Um, Appetite fluctuates. Your mood and desires, I think, changes. But especially for me, like, undiagnosed, I'm fairly certain I have ADHD. Some of you might be going, "Yeah, he's got ADHD," within like the first couple of minutes. But again, I okay. Let's say, to be on the safe side, I'm uh, 4 days without nicotine. So really trying to hit a week and then hopefully put the uh, calendar counting behind me. Um, yeah, I had a bet a while ago, what, 3 months? That was my longest stretch without nicotine. So just kind of staying busy. Oh, good stretch, yeah, baby. Got a little pit right behind me, and let's see if I can't get out of the way and expose her really quick. Oh, buttons. Hey, baby. You want to say hi? Oh, a little head tilt. Okay. Well, and she's down for the count. All right, ladies and gentlemen, buttons. And if you guys want, no, I won't. Because really, I'm just proper from the uh, waist up, essentially. Got sweats on. Don't wanna, don't wanna do that to y'all. Got a Mo original painting behind me on the floor. I need to hang that up. Um, got my first uh, live performance flyer behind me, right next to a signed picture of Chris Washington, who played for the. I need to probably fact check this. I want to say he was a 1980s uh, San Francisco 49er. I'm fairly certain he went to the Super Bowl. Chris Washington, 49er. American football. Um, yeah, met him in person. Cool dude. This was, I'm getting so old. This is wild. I had to have been just a teenager, maybe 12 or 13. Um, and because of people knowing people, I happened to um, be brought along with that group that night. Uh, I got to talk to him. He was kind of down and out at the time. I think he had uh, just traveled, so he was a little jet lagged, a little just kind of going through the motions of his day. But he let me put on his Super Bowl ring, which again, if you knew me, if you know me, I didn't hit my growth spurt until uh, after high school. Well, after high school, I'm fairly certain I was under 5 foot until I turned 18, and then I just kind of sprouted. That said, height being proportionate to all of like my fingers and stuff, this guy's Super Bowl ring could have encapsulated probably both of my thumbs at that time. Like that was no joke. Uh, again, you gargantuan dude, tall, but huge sweetheart. So again, I display that with pride. Not really much of a 49er fan. Uh, More of a Cincy Bengals person, and that's a whole other story in itself. Um, I've only been through Cincinnati once, and that was recently. Never lived there. Um, don't have too many people that even go there, um, or no one that I know being from there. Uh, Actually, I think I have an uncle out in Ohio. Any hoozle. Um, yeah, got a stronger opinion now about football, though. I think if I say something, I'll probably get ridiculed. People call me un-American and all that jazz. But um, what I do want to ponder is for anybody who watches this, because I'm kind of a goofball or humorous, as I like to think of myself as. Um, I was thinking about doing in like a comedic version of ASMR. Um, and the very first video that I was thinking about doing with that, and if this is already done, then damn, late to the draw. Um, I want to uh, record paper shredding. And then with like the software that I have, I want to see if I can distort the actual sound to where it's either not so jarring, to where it's either unlistenable or whatever. But I do think that um, for those who may have trouble going to sleep. A much dialed down audio version of a paper shredder could just be mundane. Maybe it does help. Maybe some people jive with my comedy and they get a little kick out of it. Um, but I wouldn't want to just do that. Maybe take other recommendations of something that would be an unusual uh, video for ASMR. Um, and I've never ASMR'd. I think the closest thing is probably the Whisper song by the Ying Yang Twins, and that is probably an odd reference. Um, but um, what else? For anybody who's followed my channel for a while, um, I have yet to really put um, this drawing tablet to use yet. I need to, again, just time, opportunity, and my own laziness. Um, I have a bunch of ideas, especially with what I consider myself being a creative type. Um, I've even done uh, storyboards that have never really seen the light of day for my own content, for music that I've got posted on SoundCloud and such. Um, but yeah, what's odd about live streaming is I've also commented about my own little like personal ticks, the breaks between my sentences, the the what I just did. Being mindful of that without a script and just going off of the dome, it is something I need to practice, and I'm putting in practice now and going for almost 30 minutes, which is a trip. Um, and again, there it goes. Being conscious and almost hyper aware of that just again is another spinning plate that if I felt comfortable, if no one gave me flack about it, I would probably just um mm, uh all day long until the cows came home. And I don't have any cows. I don't know why I said that. But yeah. Oh, shit. Show and tell, right? Let me see. What we got? What we got? So on the floor, which is out of view, is actually all the stuff I want to shred with uh, this little guy. So I've been putting this first generation GoPro to a lot more use recently. Um, excuse me. There's a attachment that's magnetic for anybody who has a GoPro and uses it seriously. Excuse me, goodness. Um, then you probably know what I'm talking about. It's like a little potato chip clip, but again, the base of that clip is magnetic. So um, what I've done is rather than trusting the magnet on just my car, either the hood, the trunk, the roof, whatever. There's a place where I actually use the chip clip aspect of it and jam it into my bumper. And so then that way you're getting the most forward perspective of my driving that you can. I have maybe an hour of footage logged on there, linking the subpoena to the GoPro. I will recommend anybody that has a driver's license and a car. I am a huge advocate for getting dash cams. If you're ever in an incident, you never have to put yourself at jeopardy by either being too aggressive. Just cool down, know that you have footage, Uh, do what you need to do. Call the authorities. Call your insurance. Especially if someone hits and runs. Take care of yourself. And again, I actually wish that I had my GoPro on me the day that this whole thing went into, um, or when it came to pass. Like, huge advocate for it. So cover your bases. With my paranoid ass, I would want a nose camera, a tail camera, and even side cameras, because all it takes is one bad look, a misunderstood hand gesture, maybe you're not even talking or paying another driver any mind. You being animated could piss them off. You don't know what they're thinking. They don't know what you're thinking. Just seen way too many road rage incidences and in real life, as well as accidents I've been involved in, um, and all that jazz. So that said, that's my stance on cameras. Um, right. I don't think I have anything really artistic to show off. Um, I'm going to show you guys a poster I want to hang up. Uh, I don't know if you can actually see lines on the wall, but I've been trying to plot where stuff is going. Um, I've got a low back rehab, uh, how to exercise manual. My ass is going to need a knee rehab badly. So if you know what not to do and what to do for a dislocated Hella, I think, let me know. And if it's best to just keep it in the immobilizer and hobble around, then dude's got to do what your dude's got to do. Another thing, just to kind of keep this from being too much dead air, um, the other reasoning for like the delay and all that jazz, life being what it does, we had a lot of our appliances go down, um, pretty much back to back to back. And if you're familiar with the Southeast, you know the humidity is no joke. Um, I wouldn't say it's worse than Vegas or Arizona, but it is its own beast. Um, Vegas at the peak of its summer sucks. Um, and out here, you go to Atlanta, Nashville, anywhere in Alabama. It just, again, kind of drains you in a different way. Just muggy is the best way I can describe it. And it just always feels like you're sweating. Um, and one component that went out was our HVAC. So like we've been kind of posting on some of the cooler days here, rocking some fans, but um, it is getting closer and closer to July, um, and like the temperatures just ramping up. So we're getting that resolved. Got a dude helping us out and really coming through with that. So we'll see how that turns out. Also, this is for my homie Colton, dude. I would offer sending you this back, but the amount of sweat that I've been pouring in it for just this live stream, I don't think will wash out. So I'm sorry, but thank you for lending me the clothes off of your back, dude. Love you, Colt. Actually, I'm gonna text you right now. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? You and I haven't talked in a while. I'm sorry about that. Auto type. Come on. I wonder how many uh relationships autocorrect has ended, how many people it's pissed off in general. And done texting. All right. We've been going 35 minutes. Might be calling it quits here soon. I'm trying to think. Is that ADHD or just poor attention span? Back to parents being celebrated. I covered my bases with moms. Um, Again, because not too many of my family members know I have this YouTube channel, I don't want them feeling weird about any kind of acknowledgement. But all of my aunts, my grandmother, Gma, um, who did a skydiving for her 85th birthday, which that upload of mine sucked. I did a very poor job of editing that. So um, for grandma's 85th birthday on my YouTube channel, I guess there's like 20 minutes of just darkness. So you'll see the start of the show, you'll see grandma's video footage that I was able to get. It is missing the GoPro that her and the guy she was attached to tandem jumping. Um, I do want to get that footage and plug that in for maybe like an updated video. Anyways, I just didn't do my due diligence on editing, and apparently there's like 15 to 20 minutes of just black screen, no audio, um, and that sucks because again, like I was starting to get the hang of it. I had this whole template on the um, program and software I use, and right now it's fairly basic. Again, I didn't want to dump too much money on something that I know I might flake out on. So currently I'm using bear with me, bear with me. Cannot for the life of me remember um, what the name of this program was. Uh, Again, bear with me. I've got Windows open, multiple screens. Uh, DaVinci Resolve is what I've been using. Um, so a lot of the learning curve, especially not using that stuff before. Um, in fact, I think the only video software I've used was the program that came with Pro Tools or GoPro. Uh, the software that came with GoPro was the only video software that I had at the time. So trying to get better on that. I need to pay attention to her a little bit more. She's getting a little restless. Buttons. You want to say hi again? Can you say hi? Well, come here. Come here, baby. Oh, okay. You want a treat? You got to get up if you want a treat. You got people paying attention to you. You got to get up if you want a treat. You got people paying attention to you. Okay. I guess she doesn't want to treat that badly. Shocking. She is not food uh enticed. Um oh my knee. Yeah, no. Colton, the only reason why, if you're actually watching right now, I did just get your text. Um, just the sweatpants situation. I don't want to do that, but um, I guess I can show an image. That way it's safe. So that's what the immobilizer looks like. I'm giving a thumbs up with my big toe. Now, I don't know if I'm about to get uh, canceled or whatever, but oh, it still trips me out seeing this. This is the dislocated knee. I have heard it looks pregnant, but from the angle that I was at, it was much more clear where my kneecap had shifted to. It was it was uncomfortable, but the EMTs, awesome. Uh, you know, again, first responders that are on the up and up and doing good and doing their job are awesome. What's up, Sassy? What? Do you want a treat? Do you want a treat, babe? Come here. She's also terrified of the crutches, so I don't think she wants to have nothing to do with getting up or walking past it. Um, yeah. Um, the one thing that I have been, I guess, before we hit the hour mark, um, if there's anything that y'all want to see more of, if you have questions about the creative side of non-YouTube avenues, I'm all ears. I would love to display it. If you are looking for new music, um, please check out my SoundCloud or ReverbNation.com page. It's been a minute since I've checked out Reverb Nation. They used to have an app, but with everybody getting um, data breached and everything, I think that the more reliable music pages are Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple. As much as I dislike saying that, just because I've independently been working with a lot of close friends, either other vocalists, lyricists, producers who are also engineers. Um, there's people that do techno or house music, um, and Goose. Um, yeah, again, just if you're looking for music, it's unconventional. I'm trying to step out of that and do more structured, um, stereotypical, or what your typical song format sounds like. Most of it were just running verses, so I didn't really have a hook or a chorus. Um, Tracks would be anywhere from a minute to your 2 minute and 30 second timestamps. Um, so it's been a minute since I've added anything. I've been uh, networking a little more seriously, not as serious as I'd want, but I'm speaking more life into what I found joy in, and that was making music, having fun. Um, if again, grade school and high school, all of that uh, education time uh, sucked, and the only part that brought joy was the arts, music, visual, visual mediums. Um, like I just got a kick out of going to my photography class or uh, painting. Um, I actually learned how to do trumpet through band, and so that just was therapy. Because when I got into English, got into math, I was like, "F this! I'm not really interested." Uh, God bless a couple of English teachers, Mr. Perez. If I had a yearbook and I could remember your name, you kind of straightened me out and kind of gave me a little the kick I needed to appreciate the ability to write, the ability to have structured thoughts and to get those across uh, tangibly, intelligently, um, and also to my dad. He's been very much a say what you mean what you say kind of person. So thank you to all the dads out there. Dad, um, the other male mentors in my life. Um, yeah, again, it's a trip. I can't believe it's almost. Can't believe it's almost July. Essentially, I know it's June 10th right now, but damn. Um, that said, we are coming up on Juneteenth. Um, be well, celebrate, be safe. Um, try not to do too much wild and out, but you know, just head on a swivel. That's it. Stay aware, stay safe. Um, I think that is again another pivot, quick pivot. I do want to make a another bumper sticker or even a shirt that says my little tagline at the end of my episodes: "Stay up, stay safe, and use that turn signal." Um, I do want to have that. And initially, I kind of want to have my whole entire car just kind of covered in bumper stickers. I think that that was a decent way to at least start promoting like the Angibo sticker. I think I'm the only Angibo on YouTube. Um, there was something else I wanted to say, and I'm just blanking right now. I think it was about merch. Um, I do have a GoFundMe page and a Patreon page. I feel weird panhandling, but if you do see some more commitment for myself, and you want to contribute, it's very much appreciated. I still need to work out tiers. I'm trying to not blatantly rip off of other people's stuff, but I am trying to just observe, see what I can do, make it my own, and also promote or offer things that are unique to myself. Um, I remember instead of just seeing this mug or just hearing me talk, let's be honest, rambling for some time. Um, if y'all see this and comment, uh, first of all, like and subscribe. I always forget that too. That feels weird. It's kind of like panhandling. Um, I do want to get better at these. I want to be more consistent. Uh, I also would love to actually have people on stream or on uh, this platform, this channel with me. Um, Brandon, this dude that I met He seemed super dope. I would love having him on. Um, I want to have my boys on, Chris, Leslie, Justin, uh, uh, even across state lines, Tim, Nico, Mike. Um, if y'all are curious about a particular thing, whether it's a topic I've mentioned or you just want to throw a topic into the ring and have me talk on it with another person or people or myself. Like I want to see where it goes. Trying to think if I'm leaving anything out. We are about 9 minutes away from probably cutting the stream here. Um, yeah. Again, I'm hoping that this whole entire room changes here soon. Like to clear up the floor, get the books up on a bookshelf, like take up more wall space, declutter the floor. Got some memorabilia I'd like to also kind of show off. I don't know if you can see, but those are really old DC glasses. There's even more right there. They have stuff in them. Uh, but again, just being able to kind of have make this office more of an office, and also aesthetically pleasing would be cool. Um, this has been staring me in the face, and I had to show it, so now you get to kind of see the immobilizer. This is called the Eisenhower Matrix, I think. The supervisor of mine told me about it, and it was to help with um, it's analysis by paralysis or paralysis, whatever. It's where you just get stuck thinking about your next actions. So this is just a friendly reminder. It goes through urgent tasks and then non-urgent. Um, to anybody that needs this, I hope it helps you. I have it mostly staring me in the face whenever I come in here, which might be why I don't come in here that often. It's because I know I have shit to do. Um, but or delete like shredding. Um, so again, I think that's the Eisenhower matrix. Pretty cool. I'm sure I was probably taught it in high school, but I didn't pay attention. But yeah, hopefully the stream actually comes out pretty clear. I've had some issue like grainy footage using the laptop cam. So um, yeah, I'm trying to think of other shit to say. Normally have like a disclaimer about strong language being used. If anybody's heard that and hasn't heard terrible language leave my face, it's just because of again the YouTube parameters that when you go to post a video, it like asks you back to back kind of age restricting questions. So like the first one's, is this made for minors? Um, and then that's like a yes or no. And then immediately below that, they have a do you want to restrict this video or age restrict it to kind of in tandem go with the above question. Now, what I found out is if you do age restrict, it limits somehow your ability to be seen with people scrolling or whatever. Um, so I don't know if I'm harming myself in the monetization area of that. By starting out, I kind of don't really care. Um, Again, just kind of dipping my toe in from time to time and seeing how people perceive this. Um, Again, really haven't promoted much. Had that artistic insecurity of not wanting to put myself out there, but gotta let it shine. So we'll see if this light of mine is gonna shine. Um, Other than that, I'd love to hear any suggestions for the next video or another live stream. Maybe I'll do a live stream when I go into an MRI and get this checked out. If I have an MRI, oh, acetaminophen's a hell of a drug. Um, Before I get too loopy, I don't really want to drag this out to an hour just to make it an hour. Um, yeah, I think we're gonna commit. I think we're gonna cut this short. Um, Stay safe, stay up, and use that turn signal. And remember, like and subscribe. Tell me what you want to see. Tell me what you want to hear. Um, just be kind in the comments. Peace. If I can find, there we go. All right. And